Whoa, 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 whoa. What is up, black people? Yo, what's up? What's good, everybody? Hope everything's amazing for you all, as always. I am your host, the Honorable OctaviusHaye, and this is the WACCast podcast. With that being said, let's talk whack to 'em. So, of course, we all know about the sad, tragic, thing that happened when Damar Hamlin, who plays for the Buffalo Bills, he just collapsed, had cardiac arrest during the game, and they had to stop the game, took him to the hospital. Before he even got to the hospital, though, his heart had stopped for 9 minutes. Paramedics or people there had to give him CPR for like almost 10 minutes to get his heart starting back up, and then they took him to the hospital. His mom was there, so she rode to the hospital with him, and it's just sad, man. It's a mess. Prayers out to him, his family, friends, fans, and then just everybody, man. But really, prayers out to him. You really hope that a young man like that playing a sport, an athlete, would be in good health. But just goes to show you never really know. And I'm hoping for the best for him. They've had to postpone the game. No telling when that's going to happen. But it's definitely been some controversy around this. Which, of course, why would there have to be controversy around this? It should be very simple. But everything has to be controversial, especially when you got online stuff, social media sites where people say stuff. Everybody's going to interpret things, and it becomes an issue. And what I would say to that is, like, none of that matters. This man is fighting for his life. He got his family, his loved ones. He got people that depend on him, and he's young. So you really don't, this is a terrible, terrible, terrible situation, and you just want the best for him. But I'll comment on the Skip Bayless thing. So I'm hearing a lot of people go at Skip Bayless and say he was insensitive and he didn't care. And I think the timing of what he said was insensitive, yes, but I think people misunderstood what he was saying. And I'm no Skip Bayless apologist. I know Skip is it's a lot of problematic things with him. I agree 100%. I'm not a Skip Bayless apologist. I know that he can be a piece of crap. But I will say this. I think people didn't really understand what he was saying. I don't think he meant that the game should have been restarted. I don't think that he was advocating that the NFL just restart the game, get him in the ambulance car and start up the game again, ambulance truck, and then start the game up again. I think that he was just speaking matter-of-factly because he does talk about sports. I think he was just speaking in a matter-of-fact way, like, well, what are they going to do? Like, really, really question, well, what is the NFL going to do? I don't think he was like, a lot of people were saying that, oh, why are you doing this, man? Of course they should stop the game. Again, I don't think he was arguing against that. He actually said the opposite in the tweet, in the tweets he put out. But does that make it all right? No. I still think that it was super insensitive to bring that up. I still think that he was wrong. I don't think that should have been said at that moment. But I don't think this particular instance makes him the boogeyman or evil. I just think he's really stupid in this particular instance, and that's it. But I can definitely understand why people would be upset. It's just not the time to hear that, and really you should just be like, prayers and hopes, well wishes and all that. You shouldn't really be like, I get that you commentate on sports, on football, and you were just curious, but that's probably a thing you keep to yourself, and you don't have to put that out there at this time, because it does come off as very like uncaring, and you already have the reputation that you have, which I'm sure Skip doesn't care, but you still don't want to some degree, you don't want people to think that you're a heartless monster. I would hope you wouldn't want anybody to think that. But yeah, that happened, and then Gilly posted something about it, and Gilly the kid was posting that he found out that Damar's favorite podcast was $1 Million Worth of Game, and now people killing him for it because they like, oh, you trying to promote your show. And I think that one is crazy. No, Gilly is not trying to promote his show. He was really just something he probably just, like he said, he just saw and thought that was a trip. It's like, dang, man, he be listening to us. Dang, that's messed up. People, of course, think everything has this ulterior motive. I don't know either way if Gilly was trying to sneak promote or not. I'm going to lean towards not, because I read it and it didn't come off that harmful to me. It's just him just talking about what we all talking about and just commenting how that's crazy that he liked my podcast. I think most people would say that, at least, especially if you're coming out publicly and saying something. I've heard people say stuff like that all the time about people. Oh, and he used to tell me how much, or they used to tell me how much they were a fan of me, how much they loved me, or a fan of my show, or a fan of my movies, or whatever, or podcast. I've heard people say that all the time. I think sometimes we gotta get out of this getting ready, like looking for some trouble, like being ready to just go off on anybody, wanting there to be an issue, and just take a step back and be like, all right, whatever, because that's really a nothing thing, but everybody's gotta get mad over everything. So I'm gonna just say this again, let's just keep it on the positive energy, positive thoughts for Damar Hamlin, and pray that he makes a full recovery, and pray that he's able to continue playing football, which I know is a secondary thing. But so first of all, full recovery for the brother. I know his mom's there with him, freaking out. Her baby is fighting for his life. Just prayers and well wishes. Andrew Tate was arrested for human sex trafficking. Now, this isn't the first time that he's been accused of that. Apparently, at one point, I don't know if he still does this, but at one point in time, he had like this little webcam thing going on where we have all these girls, and he talks about this all the time, with doing a little webcam porn, and the guys, pay the money, and he kind of controlled the cash. And now they're saying that he held women against their will, and this is like a thing he's been doing all around. They went and got him, arrested him, and right now he's saying he's innocent. Say he doesn't do anything like that. He doesn't do no shady stuff. But of course, the Andrew Tate haters, they don't believe him. They're pretty much saying, yeah, he did that. And the Andrew Tate lovers are yelling that he is innocent. This is a conspiracy. It's because he's exposing people and stuff, which I'm going to say right off the bat, I'm not the biggest Andrew Tate fan. I think he has points. Like, I think of most red pill guys, he have a point. You have points. But I think some, which actually, let me take that back, because I've been seeing some of his more recent stuff, and he's gotten a lot better. So my initial issue with Andrew Tate was just the way of his treatment of the women. It came off like he was just wanted to just be the big bad man. And I don't know if this is growth or if I just wasn't seeing the right things at first. But recently, he comes off as more understanding, and like he gets their side of things and is speaking in a more, to me, sensical way about with his arguments or what he believes. And like I said, I do believe a lot of what he says. Now, ultimately, I don't know. I don't know if it's because he's on these other platforms or he wants to present himself in the best light. But it just hasn't stuck for me. So I don't pretty much say all that to say I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm not going to say he's all the way innocent. I'm not going to say he's all the way guilty. I'm going to say they arrested him. They had to have something for them to run up in there on him and arrest him. There has to be something that they have, some type of evidence that makes them believe that he is guilty of this sex trafficking crime. Now, he was released, and he is free now, and they are still investigating. So I don't know. There were a lot of girls in the home. Were they being held against their will? I think there was one report of a girl that claimed Andrew Tate tricked her into coming out there and promising that they were going to be together. And then when she went to go live, she left her ex-boyfriend, went to go live with Tate, and they pretty much made her a sex worker. They also said, the report also saying that Andrew Tate had these women get raped. So I don't know if that means by him or if they were actually having men come to have physical sex with them too. I don't know if that's what they're claiming as well. But like I said, we don't know anything yet. It's just right now is the time to see. I get that the conspiracy theory stuff sounds good on paper, especially when it's somebody you like. But without knowing all the facts of the case, we can't just say, no, it's not true. I also do believe, though, that we can't just say, yeah, that is true at the same time. Cops can get things wrong, and people can lie too. So a woman or women claiming these things may be, jaded women who Andrew Tate turned down or denied for whatever reason, their attitude or whatever it was, didn't think they were cute enough and they want to get back, or they were together and he dismissed them because he didn't like them no more. So and I'm not saying that's what it was, and I'm not trying to victim blame. I'm just saying we don't know anything, so don't rush to conclusions. Wait for the evidence, wait for the detectives and the people investigating this to present the case, and then you go from there. And that's what I believed in then. That's what I believed in past situations where crimes have happened. I'm not no detective over here by myself. I don't have any information. Once the details are presented, then we can come to a conclusion. But of course, that's not going to happen because Andrew Tate is polarizing, and he either pisses you off or you love him and you right there with him, and he's promoting, masculinity. So, somebody's going to hate him, somebody's going to love him, somebody's going to be happy about this, somebody's going to be upset, mad, hurt about this. Ultimately, I can't speak on if he did or did not, do human sex trafficking. I would say this, I hope that it's not true, because I would hate to think that happened to those women. I know that this happens all the time, but and there are lots of women who, get kidnapped from a different country, taken somewhere, and never see their family again, and they live out the rest of their lives like this for however long or brief that is. So I would hope that this isn't true, because I would really, really hope that those women, when he does have women around him, aren't there being held against their will. But we'll see. Like I said, just let people see what's going on, and we'll get an answer. They let him out, so he's out now. So if he was just all the way guilty, he would be in jail. He would be locked up. So let's just wait to see what they have once they present it, and we'll go from there. So let's talk about some good news. We don't want this to be too much of a depressing episode. Master P and Romeo shows that they made up, came together, had a conversation. Romeo posted about it, saying that they had a hard conversation, that they're gonna try to work on getting their family back together and stronger than ever, hopefully. Yeah, this was just something that I always felt we did not need to know about. I really felt there was no reason for this to be taken to social media except to try to shame each other. And y'all family, y'all father and son, y'all been around each other. Clearly y'all love each other. Y'all been around each other for all this time. We never seen anything like this from y'all before. So clearly there is love there. And, having a bunch of strangers talk about y'all family issues is not going to solve anything, and actually will probably make things worse. Because now you got a bunch of people you don't know, like me, giving an opinion on something that I should know nothing about. Yeah, so that was always my big thing with Romeo, and even with Bow Wow when I was talking about that too. Is just like, there's nothing wrong with feeling how you feel. We don't know what's in y'all life. We don't know y'all truth or what happened between y'all. So I understand you can have those feelings, but if you really are trying to get somewhere, y'all need to speak. But then you had Romeo saying that that Master P wouldn't speak to him. You had Master P saying that Romeo wouldn't speak to him. So you never know. Master P was giving his side of things, kind of break down how could he steal from his son when his son, he kind of did him a little cold. But I get it. You came out for me. I'm about to do you. He kind of did him dirty though. But he was talking. Master P was talking about how Romeo really didn't sell that many records. He sold like less than 1 million records altogether with his 3 albums, and that he was getting paid like maybe $9,000 an episode for his Nickelodeon show, which only did like 40 some episodes. So he wasn't making enough for him to really be living off his money. And then the rap snacks thing, Master P was saying that really didn't start making money till recently. So I don't know. Say what you want about that. The way he was breaking down at least the album sales and the money per episode for Romeo's TV show, I kind of got with that. The rap snacks thing, I don't know. Whatever. But all that to say was he was cooking up Romeo a little bit there. And I thought, even though Romeo had did it first, still like, P, come on, you the dad, knock it off. But luckily, this didn't escalate any further. Luckily, they're not going to hold on to this bad blood, and they're going to come together and try to be a strong family. I know that a lot of this is all coming from hurt, just off of them losing, Master P losing his daughter, Romeo losing his sister. A lot of this can come from hurt, and sometimes these tragic moments can bring up some old issues that people have been letting linger. But the best thing to do is try to come together, and if they both serious and pure with their intention to build a stronger family, they both walk in it with that mindset of helping each other and growing together and doing and being better, they'll be fine, and everything will be okay. This will be just a mistake that can be fixed. Nothing was said that can't be repaired. Y'all both still got y'all life, and it seems y'all both still have love for each other. Y'all can fix this. Y'all can make it work for the two of y'all and for the rest of y'all family. And no more airing each other out, please. Well, that's our show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in and getting this whack wisdom today. And I hope that you tune in next week to get a little bit more from me. Again, as always, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you're listening on YouTube. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Spotify, please follow the pod so you're notified every time we're dropping new episodes on those platforms. With all that being said, this is the WACCast podcast, and I am whacking off.
It's the WACCast podcast, yeah.
Talk whack to me, talk whack to me,
yeah.
Talk whack to me, talk whack
it's
to me.
It's the WACCast podcast, yeah.
Talk whack to me, talk whack to me,
yeah.
Talk whack to me, talk whack to me.